星が砕け散る様を見るがいい。生と死。
Okay. Let's not waste time. This video will walk through the multiple routes towards the stem with Acheron in the first half of MoC 12. If you'd like more guides like this and other chambers and flaws, feel free to ask in the comments or for very specific responses to your scenario in the Discord channel that I will link in the description. Timestamps will dictate what I'm doing where. If you have or do not have Acheron's signature, then skip to the appropriate timestamp. Before we set off, I will be using Pella, Bronya, Welt for all the initial showcases, as none of these characters are limited. At the end, I will showcase the difference between supports like Silverwolf, Ruanmei, and Robin, and how they have different effects on the runs. So if you want to use Bronya or Pella on a different side, like for Jingli Yu, then feel free to see how Welt Sustain performs with those supports. Now, onwards. Let's go through tips with Welt first before going with Acheron related details. First, Welt's weapon could be anything due to the MoC modifier generating him immense amounts of energy, but using samples like Con or Tutorial at least is recommended, as Gepi on the second half does have imprisoned resistance. No other enemy does, however, meaning if you are fine with Gepi taking action, you can forego running either of these effective rate increasing weapons and run a DPS weapon or weapon that increases damage. Or you can run Void to laugh at the will sustain hitters. Now, secondly, running the build of as much effective rate and speed as possible on Vondark will lead to the most comfortable clears. Since the first wave is only 132 speed, having a 160 speed well or having a slow land on the appropriate enemies leads to him acting twice before they act once if he is at least 150 speed. Like this, you can farm up World's ultimate before they even act, to prepare a turn skip if necessary, or fire off Welt's ultimate to funnel him a lot of energy early and give you a lot of skill points. Now, the important part, which is the priority of turn skipping. The most dangerous enemy is absolutely Past, through both waves. Past does only slightly less damage than Gepi, who can two-shot Acheron. They overskill the bosses of this MoC. This isn't the norm for Gepi, and also does blast damage. This means that if your Imprisoned doesn't land on Gepi due to his effect resistance, Past can very easily clean up low HP allies that you have left alive. Tomorrow, despite having a hard CC like Alien Dream, is deceptively far easier to deal with than Welt Sustain, since they never get their second turn. So long as the CC doesn't land on Welt to prevent him from turn skipping, you can use it to your advantage and let it heal your teammates. Very funny if you ask me. Note that only Gepi can somewhat resist the turn skip. Everyone else is fair game. If you're afraid of dying due to low HP and unlucky aggro, then fire away the turn skip and buy yourself some time. So, to go through everything again, Welt with 150 speed and Von Mark needs his slow to land on both elites to act twice before they act once in wave 1. Resetting to have this happen is not as tedious as it seems. Welt with 160 speed doesn't need to care about this. Ruanmei can give a 150 speed Welt 10 speed to allow him to reach his threshold. The priority for turn skipping is always going to be Past, then it's going to be Gepi. Gepi is dangerous only on his initial turn. His second turn does no damage and his summons do little damage as well. The MoC mod allows everyone other than Acheron to essentially spam their ult every turn, so once you toughness break Gepi, do not be afraid to spam Welt's ultimate the moment you get it to try and keep him CC'd until he dies. Now then, onto more hands-on stuff. Assuming you have Acheron's signature, a lot of funny stuff happens with Welt Sustain. Mainly, you do so much damage you can go hitless wave 1 if not outright one-shot it. Acheron was not balanced around Welt Sustain at all. While for stronger Acherons it may not be necessary, using Pella's technique allows you to destroy the wave without Welt needing to use his turn skip and vulnerability due to everything going on. Like this, you can save his ult to turn skip the second wave. Now, just to remind you, with the second wave doing so much damage, you very much are at the risk of dying if all 3 attacks from the enemy hit the same target. That is alright, bad luck is bad luck. You could have been hitless on wave 1 and died to wave 2 due to bad luck. It is what it is. If after multiple repeats you cannot seem to defeat the two elites in the first wave hitless, you can change the rotation so that you use Welt's ultimate before he gets his turn. By doing this, you apply an extra vulnerability on the enemy to make all attacks do more damage and funnel in a lot of energy to him as well. If even with this extra vulnerability you are unable to clear hitless, you should go and play it safe, which I'll walk through during the Goodnight Sleep Well and Loop sections. If you didn't use Pella's technique here, you practically enter the second wave with Acheron's ult. Everything after this is easy and simple. Turn skip Past. If you're unable to get Welt's ult in time due to one reason or another, you just have to gamble you live through those 4 attacks from Geppy and past. If you do, however, victory is practically assured. Since Geppy's turn does no damage to you, you can freely stack and maximize your damage. Remember to try and save Acheron's ultimate for when she is buffed by Branya or when she is fully buffed. Having 3 extra stacks to be stored gives you that room of freedom to maximize her damage. The only other thing to try and note here is that if you have the option or capability, try break Geppy with Welt. If you do that, the imprison from both Welt's ultimate and the toughness break will make sure that Geppy doesn't act again, because they stack. Now, congratulations on a comfortable and very quick clear using only standard supports. Your second half is looking stacked to clear Kafka with all of these limited harmony characters that you're able to use. Now, onto Goodnight Sleep Well. Quick side note, if you have Boundless Courier, you can use this advice there too. Hilariously, once again, you can go hitless with Wave 1 on Goodnight Sleep Well. Seriously, Acheron was not balanced around Bolt Sustain at all. Simply repeat what I suggested for the signature suggestion. However, you might need Pella's technique and Welt's ult more desperately. If you do this, you follow the same advice to you with the second wave, plain and simple. But, if you don't have enough firepower to go hitless on Wave 1, you will have to play it safe. Let me walk you through how to do that. Playing it safe boils down to one thing: saving Volt's ultimate to turn skip and keep the enemy alive. You save Volt's ultimate to turn skip past as suggested, which means having to tank at least 2 attacks and a random crowd control alien dream from tomorrow and hope that it doesn't land on Welt. By doing this, you can buy your team enough time to toughness break and defeat the 2 elites during the second cycle, and enough time to farm back up Pella's and Volt's ultimate. Don't feel bad if you need to use Acheron's ultimate to finish off elite on low health here. Just make sure to farm up as much skill points and extra Acheron stacks before you do. When entering the second wave, you are at much risk of bad luck cursing you due to having much lower HP. But so long as you can turn skip past, you can smoothly go through the rest. If you can, wait for Geppy's second turn where he does no damage to you before you imaginary toughness break him. Like this, you can delay him long enough for well sustained Acheron to defeat him before he acts again. Due to an overstated Geppy, you might have unfortunate deaths here. He has over 260% more HP than he should, which I believe was done to test out the waters for Apocalypse. Playing it safe here means having turn skips for both waves. Without skips, you're at the mercy of 3 attacks and a CC from tomorrow. If you don't die from bad luck, you risk entering the second wave and dying to a stray Geppy hit. You need to turn skip past. His blast attack can get Acheron into one-shot range by Geppy or the second past on the second wave. Now, finally onto loop. All I can say is that your only option is playing it safe. You do not have enough firepower to go hitless even with Welt Sustain. Although doing 1 million damage is possible, with Loop's atrocious base stats as well, Acheron is beyond squishy. You are at the mercy of enemy targeting. It's certainly possible, don't get me wrong, but do not expect a fast clear and certainly don't expect an easy one. I wish all people who can only use Loop good luck. Now that that's out of the way, let's get into more creative comps. Silverwolf is absolutely going to be a much better pick than Pella in well-sustained teams because on well-sustained teams, Acheron does so much accident damage that she will deal with the non-main targets anywhere. To clarify, while Pella might be better for speedruns or 0 to 1 cycle clears, Silverwolf's utility is better in every other way. Silverwolf helps reduce the toughness of enemies regardless of what weaknesses they have, and a plethora of debuffs can help toughness break as well as slow the enemy down and deal with things better. Never mind the fact that reducing the damage you take by the attack decreases also helps massively when you have a limited HP pool. If using Goodnight Sleep Well or Acheron's signature, you outright slaughter the elite you debuff with Silverwolf's ult on the first wave, if they have 9 flowers. If you reroll to target pass like this, you can easily abuse tomorrow's low damage and ability to heal your team to farm up energy and Acheron stacks to enter wave 2 with everyone stacked, potentially at max HP and ready to destroy it with minimal difficulty. This combo goes hand in hand with Run May. Run May helps you guarantee the toughness broken enemies remain dead and gives you enough more time to breathe if your damage is on the lower end. But I will certify the damage is absolutely much lower than using someone like Bronya. Use Run May if you feel like you need that survivability. Spark will absolutely lead to less damage than Bronya, but that will always be the case. However, she does allow Welt and Silverwolf or Pella to spam their skills much more often, which might lead to more toughness breaks and more ults faster. If you don't have enough survivability with Bronnia, but don't have enough damage with Romeo, Sparkle might be preferable for you. Finally, Robin. Robin I am still adjusting to, so please excuse me if I am incorrect about some things, but her attack buff is so large, alongside the damage buff, that she replicates the damage increase Ruanmei gives. The extra turns on top of that actually give you more survivability than Ruanmei, due to giving Welt so many more turns to get us all up faster. Furthermore, she massively helps on the single target damage compartment, to the point where if your Acheron is weaker, you can use Robin as a crutch to deal extra damage. While testing and more experimenting need to be done before I can give you a unique and cool strategies to use with Robin, but it's more than viable. Absolutely feel free to try it out. Next video will be on the second half of MoC 12 with Ratio, where there are so many more teams and options to run with Welt Sustain if you want. I can run with Acheron as well on the second half, but right now I will focus on Ratio. Before I let you check out the clears, note that subscribing will change my life in ways you couldn't imagine. If I helped, I would truly appreciate it. Truly. Thank you. Enjoy the clears from here on out.
Stay calm.
You'll pay for this. Enemy targets detected.
Free will, or was it fate? Destined for oblivion.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Leave it to me.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them.
Stand down.
Lend me your strength.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. On still waters of oblivion.
Let's begin.
Ready for another?
Resistance is futile.
Another journey begins. Destined for oblivion.
You know nothing of the way. Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. On still waters of oblivion.
We have the upper hand.
Stand down.
Another journey begins. Destined for oblivion.
You know nothing of the survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. Lend me your strength. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Stay calm.
Still waters of oblivion.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
You know nothing of the weight. Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
You'll pay. Lend me your strength. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
This battle is unavoidable. Commencing support. Ready for another?
Resistance is futile.
That won't stop me.
Destined for oblivion.
You know nothing of the weight. Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Lend me your strength.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Free will, or was it fate? Still waters of oblivion.
We have the upper hand.
Stand down.
Another journey begins. Destined for oblivion.
Enemy targets detected. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them. Ready for another? Lend me your strength.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. Still waters of oblivion.
Stay calm.
Another journey begins. Still waters of oblivion.
Enemy data secured. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
You know nothing of the... Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice. Stand down.
Lend me your strength. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. Free will, or was it fate? Destined for oblivion.
This battle is...
Resistance is futile.
Leave it to me.
Another journey begins. Still waters of oblivion.
I'm
Enemy
fine.
data secured. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
You know nothing of... Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
You'll pay. Lend me your strength.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. Destined for oblivion.
Let's begin.
We have the upper hand. Ready for another? This battle is unavoidable. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them.
You know nothing of the weight. Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Still waters of oblivion.
You'll pay. Lend me your strength. Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Destined for oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Stay calm.
Destined for oblivion.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Stand down.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. Still waters of oblivion.
You know nothing of the way. Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Ready for another?
Let's begin.
Lend me your strength.
Stand down.
We have the upper. You'll pick. Lend me your strength.
Another journey destined for oblivion.
This battle is unavoidable. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them. Enemy data secured. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. Lend me your strength.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. Still waters of oblivion.
Leave it to me.
Commencing support. Ready for another?
Resistance is futile.
You know nothing of the survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
You'll pay for this. Enemy targets to... Enemy data net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Free will, or was it destined for oblivion?
This battle is lend me your strength.
Another
We've
journey
entered the
begins.
storm. To guard and defend. Crush them.
Still waters of oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Time for some hardship. Stand down.
Ready for another? You'll pick. Lend me your strength.
Free will, destined for oblivion.
Stay calm.
Time for a buzz. This battle is unavoidable.
Destined for oblivion.
Let's begin.
This combat needs up. This is double speed. Lend me your strength. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. Still waters of oblivion.
You know nothing of survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
You took the bait.
Stand down.
You'll pay for this. Can I have fun this time?
Destined for oblivion.
Lend me your strength.
Another journey begins.
Lend me your strength.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. Still waters of oblivion.
Leave it to me.
More enemies. Time for a buzz. This combat meet. This is double speed.
You know nothing of the weight. Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Let's begin.
This battle is unavoidable.
Leave it to me.
Free will, destined for oblivion.
Can I have fun this time?
You know nothing of survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
You'll pay for that. Lend me your strength. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them.
Still waters of oblivion.
Stay calm.
Can I have fun this time for a buzz? I'll go easy this time. Feeling spiffy?
Destined for oblivion.
Let's begin. You know nothing of the weight. Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
This combat needs optimizing. This is double speed. Can you find the answer?
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
You took the bait. Time for a buzz.
Another journey begins. Still waters of oblivion.
Leave it to me.
More enemies.
Free will, destined for oblivion.
Let's play. Feeling spiffy?
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. Still waters of oblivion.
Distance is futile.
Familiar.
Let's begin. Stand down.
Time for a buzz. This is double speed.
You know nothing of the survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Can you find the answer?
Another journey destined for oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Can I have fun this time? Feeling spiffy? Can you find the answer?
Still waters of oblivion.
You know nothing of survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
More enemies. Time for a buzz.
Free will destined for oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Existence is unity.
Stay calm.
Enemy targets detected.
Some value. Every petal in life's garden, all will be swept away by the wind.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Destined for oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
You know nothing of the weight. Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Again.
Grace and elegance.
Still waters of oblivion.
Commence ready for another?
Eternal.
Let's begin. Stand down.
Every Every petal and all will be swept away by the wind.
Enemy data secured. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Enemy targets detected.
Another journey begins. Destined for oblivion.
You know nothing of the weight. Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Ready for another?
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
There's more to life. Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Free will or what the still waters of oblivion.
Leave it to me. You know nothing of the survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Commencing support.
Existence is unity. Every petal, all will be swept away by the wind.
Destined for oblivion.
Stand down.
Still waters of oblivion.
Dangerous thoughts. Commencing support.
Destined for oblivion.
May song bring us victory. Resonate all together. Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. Night. Stars echo.
You know nothing of the weight. Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
We have the upper hand. Ready for another?
Another journey in still waters of oblivion.
I'm fine.
Distance is futile.
How familiar.
Let's begin.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. Destined for oblivion.
You know nothing of the survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice. Leave it to me. Stand down.
We have the upper hand. Ready for another?
Still waters of oblivion.
I hope for an end to strife in the world.
Let's begin.
Enemy targets detected. Night. Soul stars echo.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
You know nothing of the survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Destined for oblivion.